This white powder keeps your brain younger for longer, and it's one of the easiest brain upgrades I've ever found. Brain scientists have figured out why we lose our edge as we get older, and your brain doesn't slow down because you're aging. It slows down because it's not making enough energy. It's actually starving for energy. And there's a specific fuel your brain needs to stay sharp, and this powder delivers it. It only costs about 10 cents a serving. No, it's not the white powder you thought I was talking about. And it can help stop your brain from aging faster than it needs to. And it's something that gym bros have known about for a long time. I've written a whole book about how I raised my IQ by up to 20 points, and this powder was part of that process. I'm going to show you what it is and how to use it so you stay sharp while everyone else starts forgetting their own name. But first, you need to understand what's actually happening inside your brain right now and why it starts to slow down. The first sign your brain is aging isn't memory loss, it's muscle loss. It sounds strange, but they're connected through this same hidden system inside your cells. And it all starts in your 30s when your body quietly starts losing muscle. And most people assume muscle loss is just a calendar problem. You get older, you get softer, but that's the story. The medical system reinforces it, treating muscle decline like an unavoidable footnote when you become middle-aged. But the advice is usually vague. Try to exercise, try to eat a healthy diet, maybe take some vitamins. Oh wait, your doctor won't even tell you to do that. But the doctor says don't expect much to change. You're helpless. It's not real. That's not how it actually works. Because your body starts losing muscle tone long before it's obvious. Most adults start losing lean muscle mass in their 30s at a rate of roughly 3 to 5% per decade. And that process is called sarcopenia. That involuntary muscle loss, of course, means that you lose strength. But it doesn't have to happen, and since muscles influence brain function, let's address both. Doctors usually going to wait until the damage is easy to see. Your strength is down, your balance is worse, there's no more junk in your trunk, or it wiggles a lot, and you're recovering slower after illness or workouts. At that point, it's harder to reverse the loss, and that quiet normalization becomes its own industry. Instead of prevention, the medical system just sells you acceptance. It's normal, just live with it. And they offer you some expensive pills or generic exercise advice, but they never try to fix the root cause. They're overlooking the connection between your muscles and your brain. They think that physical strength and brain power are completely separate things, but they're linked. Your brain is an organ that depends on your biology just like your muscles do. The same hidden factors that eat your muscles also rob you of your brain's potential, and it shows up in subtle ways. Your mind gets foggy, you lose your train of thought, and your body? You start feeling softer, your grip gets weaker, and you run out of breath sooner. Those two changes aren't random and they're not separate. They're coming from the same hidden failure inside your cells. You're not running out of willpower, you're running out of fuel. And it's an energy leak at the very deepest level. And when your brain runs low on fuel year after year, it's not just performing worse, it's actually aging faster than it should. And this hidden link is that your cells stop working. The same fuel system that powers your muscles also powers your brain. And every thought you think and every step you take, they run on ATP, which is a tiny energy molecule inside your cells. ATP comes from mitochondria, the power plants inside your cells. And when mitochondria work well, you feel sharp and you feel strong. When they don't, you feel foggy and you feel weak. And those power plants start to break down long before you look old. Stress, bad sleep, bad food, toxins, and just living in a high-pressure world will quietly damage the system over time. Less ATP means muscle fibers stop responding, they begin to shrink. And neurons, your brain's thinking cells, they slow down and they tire faster. But it's worse than just feeling slow. This fuel shortage is actively speeding up how fast your brain ages. And that's why so many people in their 40s and beyond feel a double hit. Flabbier muscles and a slower brain all at once. And this is why people get so mad when I say science shows a bigger butt equals a bigger brain, as long as it came from squats. And I learned this personally. When I was sick and I weighed 300 pounds, doctors told me to exercise more and eat less, but my cells literally couldn't produce the fuel to recover, and my brain was so tired. So you need to protect your cellular energy if you want to preserve your brain. And when you bring back enough ATP, the chaos just stops. Your brain wakes up, your muscles hold their size instead of wasting away, and mitochondria can repair themselves, and your body can even build new ones. And neurons with healthy mitochondria process information faster. They bounce back from sleep loss better. They don't get jet lagged. and you can resist the slow decline that leads to memory performance later in life. No one wants to put the car keys in the fridge, and we're all afraid of it. And you can actually stay younger for longer when you understand mitochondria. Since both your brain and your muscles run on the same energy system, if we can fix the fuel problem, then you can help them both. And athletes have been quietly doing this for decades. They've used a simple, cheap way to refill this energy system so that they can train harder and recover faster, but no one realized that it was also protecting the brain from that aging damage. Only now is neuroscience proving how powerful this really is for focus, for memory, and for long-term brain health. And really, one of the reasons that you might not have heard this before is because the system wants you to think that supplements for your brain and supplements for your body are two separate worlds. Or even worse, the system wants you to think you're helpless and there's nothing you can do about your brain or your body. And that's not true. What if there was one powerful supplement that helped with both? And it's not one that I'm selling. I'm just telling you about it because I use it for my own brain, and it's so effective and it's so cheap. Athletes had the real answer sitting in their gym bags the entire time. And that answer is creatine. Creatine is not just for bodybuilders. Creatine directly fuels neurons the same way it fuels muscle fibers. And multiple human studies now show creatine improves memory. It helps you think faster, and it keeps your mind from crashing when you're really short on sleep. In simple terms, it makes your brain work better, and it makes it stay stronger for longer. Think about that for a second. The same simple and expensive compound that helps you recover from a workout can also protect your brain from fatigue and stress and aging itself. That means a $30 tub of creatine can outperform $300 worth of exotic nootropics and energy drinks. Not because it's tricking your brain with stimulants, but because it's upgrading its actual fuel system. Oh, and then the expensive nootropics work even better. But if you take creatine the way gym culture tells you to, you'll miss a lot of the brain benefits. The way most people use creatine almost guarantees disappointment, and it's why I never felt it when I used it many years ago. It's because we're taking too little, and we're sticking with the usual old advice of 3 to 5 grams per day. Turns out that's just not enough. Some people also go the opposite way and take a huge amount of it all at once because we're creatine loading like we did in the 80s. And that can often backfire because you get stomach upset, you get bloating or diarrhea, and you quit before you even get to experience how well it works. Sometimes we forget the basics, like hydration. Creatine works by pulling water into your cells so they can do a better job of making energy. So if you're not drinking enough water or you don't have electrolytes, you can get cramps or just feel puffy, and it doesn't work. And then there's the problem of quality. Cheap powders contain things your body doesn't need, like leftover chemicals from bad manufacturing, or a lot of it has a ton of artificial sweeteners and colors and things that actually work against your brain, even if they allow the creatine into your muscles. And the biggest mistake of all is people just don't stick with it. You skip days or you stop after a week. Creatine takes time to build up inside your cells before you feel the real change. And if you're not consistent, you don't experience the same upgrade. And share this part with someone you care about. Women need more creatine than men, because women don't make as much naturally as men do. So it's more important if you're a woman. Oh, and women get Alzheimer's twice as much as men, and having enough energy in your brain is directly associated with less risk of Alzheimer's. So let's all take our creatine, not just people going to the gym. And when you take creatine the right way, it goes from a half-wasted supplement to one of the most proven, powerful tools for both muscle and for brain. And the key is following a protocol that actually gets your cells saturated and keeps them there. You can start with a loading phase, and you start with 20 grams a day for about a week, and you split it into 4 smaller doses, 5 grams each, which can help to avoid stomach upset. But here's the hack that no one talks about. The reason creatine causes this gastric distress, you get disaster pants from it, is because you're just suspending little particles in water or in a smoothie, and then those particles come up against the lining of your gut and they irritate you. It doesn't absorb that well. So what you do is you put the creatine in hot water. And when it's in hot water or even hot coffee, and yes, there is one study in the 1970s that says that doesn't work, it does work. So put it in your coffee, put it in hot water, and when it goes into solution instead of little particles floating around, then it absorbs 4 times better, which is one reason it works just fine in coffee, and then you don't get an upset stomach. You can even dissolve it in hot water and then pour it into your smoothie. You'll be fine. And that's going to fill your muscles and your brain way faster. And once you've done this for about a week, you can drop into a maintenance dose. This is about 10 grams a day for most people. You might need 15. Take it until you feel it. And that's higher than the old gym advice, but it's what your brain actually needs. And it is really profound. You must make sure that you drink plenty of water, always with electrolytes. And for most people, it's 2 to 3 liters a day. You don't need to overhydrate. You just need to make sure there's electrolytes, including sodium, potassium, and magnesium, and that lets your cells pull the creatine in and use it well. The electrolyte that I use is LMNT. Drink lmnt.com/Dave. They'll give you a discount. You can choose a clean, micronized creatine monohydrate from a third-party tested brand, so you know exactly what you're getting. And there's a lot of trickery out there in the world of creatine, and creatine monohydrate is the gold standard. Just put it in hot water and it works great. And there are some fancier forms that are more expensive that may work better. There isn't as much science for those, but I'm not opposed. Take your creatine with meals, put it in smoothies, put it in those warm beverages, or at least with any kind of food. And spread out doses if you're feeling some stomach sensitivity. And some people can't take it before bed because it's too much energy. Other people get much better sleep on creatine. So try it out and see if it works for you. And when you do this consistently, the results kind of sneak up on you. You'll feel better the first day if you really needed it, if you were tired or jet lagged. But if you do it regularly, within a week or two, your mornings are just clear. You recover from workouts faster. Your mood is steadier than before. And even if you don't work out, you still feel it. And it gets better when you pair creatine with smart training like Rehit. That's going to give your cells a reason to use and recycle ATP more efficiently. And don't forget the bigger picture. Lifestyle still matters. You get enough quality sleep, get some sunlight in the morning to reset your body's natural clocks, the way we've been teaching in the world of biohacking for more than 10 years. And the creatine works even better. And then you want to eat food that reduces chronic inflammation stress so that all that energy can go towards effort and things you care about instead of going into inflammation. You also want to eat less ultra-processed carbs and more high-quality protein throughout the day. And if you do eat carbs, taking creatine with your carbs helps it absorb even better. So here's what it all comes down to. You were never supposed to know this. The system prefers that you just accept decline as a normal part of life. They'll tell you that health span is all you can have. You're still going to die at a normal age, but at least you'll be a little healthier if you just work out too much. It's not how it works. We are extending our lives. We're feeling better now than we did when we were young, and we're doing it for decades longer than anyone expects. And the truth is, this is part of the solution, and it's simpler and cheaper than what they wanted you to believe. Your cells aren't broken, they're just starving for energy. And now that you know one of the many ways that can give them what they actually need, the choice is yours.